Formal definition of limit. Previously, we found if L is the limit of a function as x tends to x naught, f x can be made as close to L as we please by holding x close enough to x naught. But the question is how much close x should be to x naught so that the gap between f x and L can be made less than a prescribed error, however small it may be. In other words, for any epsilon band around the number L on y axis, can a delta band be found around x naught so that for any x value excluding x naught inside the band, the corresponding point x f x lies in the delta band. That is, the portion of the curve in epsilon band completely lies in the delta band. Putting this idea in another way, for any open interval L minus epsilon L plus epsilon containing L, does there exist an interval x naught minus delta x naught plus delta such that for any x not equal to x naught, in this interval f x lies in L minus epsilon L plus epsilon. This leads to the following formal definition of limit. Let f be a function defined on an interval about x naught except possibly at x naught. Then f is said to have a limit L as x approaches x naught if for every epsilon positive there exists a delta positive such that modulus of f x minus L is less than epsilon for all x with 0 less than mod x minus x naught less than delta. Note that this definition does not find any limit, but only verifies a suspected limit. While finding the limit x tends to x naught f x, the point x naught is left out of discussion. The function may or may not be defined at x naught, as the limit of a function depends upon the values of f x around x naught. Let us take an example to find the limit x tends to x naught of f x, where f x is defined by f x is equal to x for every x in R. The graph of f x is a straight line as in the figure. From the graph, we see that f x has a tendency to approach L equal to x naught as x tends to x naught. Choose epsilon positive, that is, consider a band around x naught. We have to adjust the width of delta band around x naught such that the portion of the line in delta band completely lies in the epsilon band. That is, whenever 0 less than modulus of x minus x naught less than delta, modulus of f x minus L less than epsilon. That is, modulus of x minus x naught less than epsilon. The value of delta can be found numerically by going backwards with the epsilon inequality. That is, modulus of f x minus L less than epsilon if and only if modulus of x minus x naught less than epsilon. Thus, we see that if we take delta less than epsilon, the epsilon delta condition is satisfied. Now, let us take another example to find the limit x tends to x naught of f x, where f x is defined by f x is equal to k for every x in R. Here, f x is constant throughout its domain R. So, we expect limit x tends to x naught of f x is equal to k for any x naught in R. Let epsilon greater than 0 be given. To find a delta greater than 0 such that whenever 0 less than modulus of x minus x naught less than delta, modulus of f x minus k is less than epsilon. Here, modulus of f x minus k which is equal to modulus of k minus k which is equal to 0, which is clearly less than epsilon. So, for any delta greater than 0, it works. Now, let us consider finding limit x tends to f x if f x is defined by f x is equal to x cube minus 8 divided by x minus 2, where x not equal to 2. Given f x is equal to x cube minus 8 divided by x minus 2, which can be written as x plus 1 the whole square plus 3, where x not equal to 2. The graph of the function is a parabola with hole at x equal to 2. Since the function is not defined at that point, we see that f x has a tendency to approach 12 as x approaches 2 from either side. To find the precise estimate delta for a choice of epsilon positive such that whenever 0 less than modulus of x minus 2 less than delta, to have modulus of f x minus 12 less than epsilon, we proceed with working backwards from the epsilon inequality. That is, modulus of f x minus 12 less than epsilon implies modulus of x plus 1 the whole square plus 3 minus 12 less than epsilon implies modulus of x plus 1 the whole square minus 9 less than epsilon implies minus epsilon less than x plus 1 the whole square minus 9 less than epsilon implies square root of 9 minus epsilon less than x plus 1 less than square root of 9 plus epsilon, which implies square root of 9 minus epsilon minus 1 less than x less than root of 9 plus epsilon minus 1. Thus, modulus of f x minus 12 less than epsilon for all x in the interval root 9 minus epsilon minus 1 root 9 plus epsilon minus 1. So, we take delta equal to minimum of 2 minus square root of 9 minus epsilon minus 1 and square root of 9 plus epsilon minus 1 minus 2, that is equal to minimum of 3 minus square root of 9 minus epsilon square root of 9 plus epsilon minus 3. In particular, for epsilon equal to 1, delta is minimum of 3 minus square root of 9 minus 1 square root of 9 plus 1 minus 3, that is equal to minimum of 0.1716, 0.1623, which is 0.1623. Now, let us see steps to find delta positive for a given epsilon and a function f with limit L at x equal to x naught. Step 1. Solve the inequality modulus of f x minus L less than epsilon to find the interval a b about x naught for which the inequality holds for all x naught equal to x naught. In step 2, delta is the minimum of the distances of x naught from a and b. For example, to find the limit extends to 1 of f x, where f x is defined by f x is equal to 2 x plus 3, x naught equal to 1, equal to 2 when x equal to 1. Observing the graph, we see that the function has a tendency to approach 5 as x tends to 1. To verify this, choose an epsilon positive to find a delta positive such that whenever 0 less than modulus of x minus 1 less than delta, modulus of f x minus 5 less than epsilon. As usual, let us work backwards from the epsilon inequality. Modulus of f x minus 5 less than epsilon implies modulus of 2 x plus 3 minus 5 less than epsilon implies modulus of 2 into x minus 1 less than epsilon, which implies modulus of x minus 1 less than epsilon by 2, that is minus epsilon by 2 less than x minus 1 less than epsilon by 2, which implies 1 minus epsilon by 2 less than x less than 1 plus epsilon by 2. Thus, modulus of f x minus 5 less than epsilon for every x in the interval 1 minus epsilon by 2, 1 plus epsilon by 2. So, taking delta equal to epsilon by 2, which is the minimum of the distance of 1 from the endpoints of the interval, the condition is satisfied. Now, we will see a function which has no limit at a particular input. For example, finding limit extends to 3 f x if f x is defined by f x is equal to minus x when x less than 3 equal to x square when x greater than or equal to 3. From the graph, we see that there are two doubtful limits L 1 equal to 9 and L 2 equal to minus 3 for this function. Since f x has a tendency to approach 9 as x approaches 3 from right side and minus 3 as x approaches from left side, let us take an epsilon band around 9. However, the width of delta band around 3 is adjusted, we see that the portion of the curve AB in delta band is outside the epsilon band. So, L 1 cannot be a limit of the function. Similarly, let us take an epsilon band around minus 3. Here also we see that however the width of delta band around 3 is adjusted, the portion of the curve CD is outside the epsilon band. So, L 2 cannot be a limit of the function. Thus, limit extends to 3 f x does not exist.